So this is Kaama Kathna. Yeah, it's a place for meditation and yoga. And we try to include different departments like arts, sculptures. We have a place to produce sculptures and to bake them.
I did my chemistry, then I did my law. Since the last 20 years I'm doing something related to the ecological resorts, whether it's health, whether it's construction, whether it's the food, yoga, environment. I do also a lot with waste and regeneration. Slowly along the way I've developed better skills and more experience. I built a place called Bhakti Kuti, and I also take up contracts for anybody who's interested in some alternative building, alternative lifestyle, you know. And then I had a place called Spiral Up where I used to do handicrafts and recycle and make practical things like put shopping bags or garbage disposable. It's furniture, alternative furniture using poles, bamboos, different materials, and also with health food. Trying to live a bit more in harmony and balance with nature. So that Bhakti Kuti was the first experimental of that, of how to do some alternative housing. So it's a trial and error because nowhere in India or Goa, anywhere, anybody had tried something like that. So that was an experiment. And first everybody was kind of saying, nobody will come and stay there. But as soon as we started to build, there are people that became a big success, then everybody copied it. And that's the effect now on the whole coastline as this alternative. And the plot is you're always dealing with somebody else's problem.
Okay.
So what you acknowledge, you get to deal with all those problems. I'm stuck in a city, you know. There's no point. If you don't do something which you enjoy, there's no fulfillment.
उसको इससे इधर अच्छा है हम लोग को
इधर शांति है, कोई हल्ला नहीं वला नहीं कुछ नहीं, बुमड़ी बुमड़ी कुछ नहीं, आराम शांति बिल्कुल.
There is something about this place, Kaama Kathna. What was this place at the time of 2005 when you started all these things?
I kind of bought the place in 2005, which was so in 2005 first I started the kind of planting of different medicinal plants and different fruit trees and stuff like that. And I did only the agricultural part. Then only last year I started to kind of build this place to kind of get my vision going. The vision is to set up a place where people can really know themselves, and kind of find what's the purpose in life. It's in a holistic way. So whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically, creatively. So I just provide an environment. So we started yoga, which is the mainstream, and yoga meditation. Then the plan is to offer different type of workshops in sculpturing, terracotta, carpentry, and organic farming. Also for schools, colleges, to give the kids an experience of coming back to nature. So we've just started it now. I started to do this last year, 1 year exactly in April. I started to do these tree houses and accommodation and cafe and
The tomatoes growing, you see there. Yeah. And then sweet corn there, carrots. We have spinach, wild spinach, which should be there. Tulsi and basil, and peppermint, lemongrass. And then this is chico. We have chico fruits. This tree here. Banana trees, papaya trees, pineapples. Here, the pineapples are spread a little bit everywhere. And then passion fruit, which are these climbers. And then cashew, a lot of cashew trees.
What were the initial difficulties you faced? Like you said, you started Hathikoti, I think in 1993.
Yeah, 96. I
96.
opened it. 93 I bought the land.
Okay. So what were the initial difficulties you faced?
The initial was because there was nothing to, to relate to. Where do I get to go have a place to look at? Whether it is the toilet system, so I had to do a lot of experimental trial and error. So I kind of tried the different toilets, just hold my ground, putting kind of dried leaves, cowshed, and I even got some camping toilets from the west to kind of try them out, but they didn't work here because of the humidity, so everything started to really heat up and the material used. Then it was with everything, so first we started with some simple bamboo structures that you could dismantle and just canvas roofs. I mainly started to focus first on the environment, so making just a nice garden.
And then we can store more water, keep the water table a little bit higher, and then we can fill this pool. So that's all part of the future plan.
Nice space where you feel more comfortable. That's where I kind of see we have to give something back to the earth, and the first thing if you want to get something out of it. So I will just enhance the kind of natural growth to recreate the forest. So actually it was the way I kind of see the images mimic nature, and whether enough diet, whether enough planting, and just see That's how so it was a lot of trial and experiment. Then slowly I start to, get more skills and more experience. And art becomes much easier, So I don't draw, so it is a totally vision and then try to translate to the people, to train the workers. It's a process.
Place.
Yeah, I just really see we are responsible at this moment in our time and evolutionary time. If you look at the earth is getting totally destructive. We have to preserve a part. We need to demonstrate. My idea is to demonstrate it's possible to live a bit in harmony with nature. And we must have a place where there's some chance for the earth to replenish itself. Everything can live in harmony. We can live in harmony with the nature, with the animals, with the insects. That we are not too destructive and we do not make too much of an impact. That we don't overcrowd and we don't exploit. But that's the tendency, to exploit the kind of nature resources to kind of get some selfish acquisition. They're always all into acquiring, so giving something. So my focus is about giving, and to demonstrate by giving that you then get what you need for. Everything is provided, accepted that I must demonstrate that it is possible, that it is success. That you can make your living, you can have a good time, and you can be fulfilled by just doing what you do.
Sweet corn. Now we don't have so much vegetables growing, but we have herbs. We have many types of fruit growing also, and spinach, mint, peppermint, basil, tulsi, lemongrass, and we have chicos, banana trees, papaya trees, mangoes and cashews, and passion fruit also, lots of them. This is passion fruit now climbing here. This grows very wild. And pineapple also, a lot of pineapple.
And then it's in a way like life harmonizes, because you're kind of serving the purpose of life. You have to run the flow, run with the harmony of all. So the philosophy is what I do to others, I do to myself. What I do to myself, I do to